Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Becoming a Powerhouse Brand. Today I just thought it would be really good to talk about what personal branding is and why building your brand is so important for your business to help you to really stand out from your competitors and just set yourself apart as an absolute leader and an icon in your field. So, your personal brand is your reputation. It's what other people think about you. It's what people say about you. It's how you make people feel. So it's just thinking about how you are making others perceive you in the business world. So it's a combination of who you are and also what you stand for. So when you're building your brand, it's all about creating a business that is aligned to your values, your vision that you have for your business, and it's also connecting with those dream clients, like really helping you to set yourself apart and becoming that magnet, the thing that draws those dream clients towards you. So it's similar to a product or a company brand. So it communicates with your audience what makes you unique and why others would want to trust you, work with you, like why they connect with you. So all brands are obviously very different. They all have a different message. We are all individually drawn to different brands for various reasons. Maybe it's the quality of the product, maybe it's the experience we have when we buy from them, maybe it's the actual image that that brand portrays, that like think of Apple just as an example as a really iconic brand. So it's just thinking about the kind of feeling and the emotion that your audience and clients go through when they connect with you as an online business or even in person. So your brand showcases your skills and, like I said, your values. So your values are essential for building a brand that really connects with your audience. So your values could be anything. So if you are an entrepreneur like myself, and my core values are family, freedom, and creativity. Now, my values might change over time as my business and myself, like my personal development, evolves. But when you are creating a brand for your business, it's really important to always remember your values because building a successful business is about always aligning to those values and ensuring that everything that you do fits with what is most important to you. So, just as an example, because of my values being family, freedom, and creativity, I'm never going to be able to build a successful brand doing something that isn't aligned to those things. That means that I'm having to work all hours of the day, sitting at a desk, not doing anything creative. So that means that I'm not going to then have that freedom to spend time with my family and I'm not being creative. So all of those typical kind of admin tasks of my business are the things that just don't light me up. And they're the things that I outsource or automate so that it's not then this really kind of heavy burden on building my business. So it's just making sure that you are always aligning yourself to those values in order to really connect with your audience because your dream clients probably have very similar, if not the same values as what you have. So it's just making sure that you are always showing up in a way that communicates what you're all about, like what the essence of your brand is about, your personality, bringing all of that through because that is what's going to make you a magnet for those dream clients. It's what sets you apart from anybody else in your field. So even if you are offering the exact same service as loads of other people in the world, nobody will be doing things the same way as you. So their whole brand ethos will be different to you. Their values will be different to you. Their messaging, like how they communicate their offers to the world, will be different to how you do it. And it's really important to actually always make sure that you are aligning yourself with what is important to you, what lights you up, what you're really passionate about doing, rather than getting stuck in this whole thing of, well, it's worked really well for them, so I kind of need to follow exactly what they're doing and what their path is and the messaging that they're putting out there, because actually that might not then be aligned to you, and that's going to come across in all of your messaging that you put out there. So it's really crucial as an entrepreneur to build a brand for your business because it's not only going to create that relatability, build that trust, it's also going to build that credibility with your audience. So it's going to help them to understand and know that you are an absolute expert in what it is that you do and that you are someone worth investing more time and obviously going on to buy from you in the future. So when it comes to actually building your brand, this is the whole point of this online world that we live in. It's so easy for anybody to set up a business, like doing absolutely anything right now. Like you could literally set up a business tomorrow. It's going to cost you nothing to do. You could launch it on Instagram. You could even sell to people via DM with PayPal links or whatever. Like it costs nothing to set up a business these days. So more and more people are jumping on this kind of train of setting up their own business. But what makes a business really successful is when you have that brand, that presence that people instantly know, oh my God, if you're looking for this service or this product, that's who you need. She's an absolute expert in what it is that she does. And it's that kind of recognition that you really want to create for your business. So building a personal or like a powerhouse brand is one that really does stand out online. It's somebody who has that authority, like somebody that has the experience, the confidence, that instant magnetism that just gets you hooked straight away. And this is the whole thing, like building a brand helps you to become a absolute magnet for those dream clients. And that's what the whole point of this is. That's the whole point in having your business is to make money, to create that freedom in your life. And in order to do that, you obviously need to be attracting the right kind of clients to you that are going to want to jump all in on the offers that you have. And particularly when you are looking to sell higher ticket products or services, because it's a much bigger investment. So you want those dream clients that have the funds to be able to jump all in on your offers to be instantly magnetized by what it is that you do. So your messaging, your content, everything you put out there needs to speak to those ideal clients. And it'll obviously be covering more episodes on messaging in itself. But this one was more about just the importance of building a brand for your business and really helping you to set yourself apart from anybody else in your industry and just being 100% unique and just aligning to who it is that you are. So just to give you a bit of a background, like I started my business when my daughter was, I think she was 6 months old. So I was going through that whole like postnatal era of like my body changing, my mindset changing, like literally everything completely transformed in my life. So I kind of lost the identity of who it was that I was. And I've spent a lot of time working on all of that inner work that you need to do in order to find out who it is that you are. And obviously, as humans, we do evolve and adapt, and our personalities change, and things that are important to us change, our values change, like our lifestyles change, our bodies change. Everything changes constantly. And it's this exact same for running a business. Your business should be evolving every single year. If you are repeatedly doing the same thing year after year, you're going to get stuck behind. Like you're not going to be able to progress in your business because this online world is constantly changing. And it really is about creating this brand that is adaptable and will evolve as you naturally evolve as a person. So this is why so many entrepreneurs go through various phases of evolution in their business. They rebrand, and the whole point in a rebrand is to bring everything into alignment with where you are actually going. So I have rebranded several times in my business. I'm going through a bit of a transition at the moment as well because my values, like things have changed in my business and in my life that have meant that actually the brand that I had or currently have is kind of a bit outdated now. It's not really aligned to where it is that I'm going, like the vision that I now have for my business. And that's fine. Like you don't have to create a vision for your business and always stay on that set. There's no set path to success. Like your idea of success will change and the route that you take in order to get to that success will change. And that is all good. This is all part of growing a business. It's just that part of your powerhouse brand journey. So really helping you to create that reputation, helping you to stand out as a leader in your field. This all comes from the skills, the experiences that you've had, and the journey that you've been on, and actually being relatable. So, sharing the content with things like I'm sharing with you now about how I'm going through a transitional period in my business growth that's meant that actually I'm having to adapt my brand and tweak my messaging slightly because my ideal client has changed. So, I need to make sure that I'm speaking to the kind of person that I want to be working with. And again, in a year's time, maybe 2, 3 years' time, that will probably change again. Like this is the whole point in building a brand, is it evolves with you. A personal brand is a reflection of who you are as a person. And this is where you probably will get a lot of change, particularly if you are somebody like myself that set up your business post children, because there is so much change that happens in your own personal growth that actually there's a lot of inner work that you have to do in order to find who it is that you truly are. And I've done so much work on, like, I've done hypnosis and mind work, and I've done belief coding and all of these different things that have helped me to kind of find who it is that I am as a person right now, who I am like becoming. It's kind of like this whole butterfly effect of like you're creating that cocoon and then immersing yourself as a brand new butterfly, and just that constant evolution of change and really leveling up your business. And it's all part of your journey that makes you relatable to your dream clients, because chances are your dream clients are going to be someone that is either going through a similar experience, has been through a similar experience, or is about to go through that same experience. So you're all kind of going along in this same path. And sharing this kind of content helps you to connect with those dream clients. You're not constantly just sharing like what it is that you do. So no matter what your business is, maybe you're a photographer and you're only ever sharing, oh, here's my amazing images, here's how you can book me. If you're never showing the person behind the business and things that are important to you, like why you set up your business, what your mission is, like why you're doing this business, you're not going to have that instant connection with your audience. And it's all about really setting yourself apart from your competitors by being this personal brand, somebody that other people can look up to and follow. And you're basically somebody else or loads of other people's guides along the way. So, beginning your brand building journey, nobody starts out in any business ever, even the massive brands, nobody has started out in any business with a brand. Like, because your brand comes from you learning and evolving and finding out what it is that you want to be doing, finding out what is aligned to you. And when you first set up your business, chances are it's not going to be the same business that you have when you first start in those first few months to what you're going to have like 2, 3 years down the line. It's all part of the growth of growing your brand. And it's just really important that you are trying and testing different things. Like there is so much trial and I want to say error, but I don't really like to think of things as failures or errors in business because it is all part of the journey. But it really is about that testing, seeing what works for you, seeing what feels right to you. If there's offers that you launch that you feel really excited about when you launch them, but actually in a few months' time you think, actually, that's just not aligned to what I want to be doing. Like it's not lighting me up. You get to choose what offers you put out there. You get to choose what messaging you're putting out there. You get to choose how much of your life that you share with people. So as an example, like I don't put photos of my children online, like I don't show their faces online. It's just a personal choice that my husband and I had when we had our children. And I can still share the fact that I'm a mother. There's other ways of sharing that without showing my kids' faces. And there's always that element of being able to have your private life. I'm not saying that when you build a personal brand, you need to share absolutely everything about your life and share all that private stuff, because you can keep that private. But it's just about building that connection. Like my audience connect with me because of the fact I've started my business after becoming a mother myself and running a successful business with 3 young children. Like all of these things make me relatable to my ideal client that is going through a similar thing of building a brand. So it's just about making sure that you are showing up as your unique self. And if you are going through a transitional period where you're kind of still trying to find out who it is that you are, that's fine. It's just making sure that you are doing that inner work to really work on who it is that you are, what's important to you, taking that time out, launching offers, and if they don't feel aligned to you, removing them, and just constantly chopping and changing what it is that you're doing in order to find the things that do light you up and are aligned to your values and the vision that you have for your business. Because all of a sudden, something will click in your business, like when you are building that brand, and you'll just think, oh my God, this is it. This is what I was born to do. Like I feel completely aligned with everything I'm doing right now. And that is when the magic happens, because this is the exact moment when you will start to become a magnet for those dream clients. And this is why I always say to people, Like if you are in those early stages of your business and you invest in something like a rebrand because you've maybe started out with DIY branding or something, if you invest in a rebrand when you're not sure who it is that you are, you don't have that vision, you don't have a strategy in place, you don't have all of this inner work done, it can be a waste of time and money because actually a rebrand isn't going to solve all your problems of needing to get those ideal clients in. All it's going to do is make you look more professional, which is great, and that will attract like higher paying clients if that's what you're looking for. But in order to build a brand, it's really about finding out who you are and doing as much of the kind of trial and error stuff as you can in order to find the end result, the bit that you want to get to that really does feel aligned to everything you're doing in your business. So if you think about any brand that you buy from in the world, it's you connect with those brands on an emotional level. So they make you feel good. That's why you go back to them. So whether it is the experience you have when you buy from them, or whether it is how that brand makes you feel when you wear their stuff or when you're using those products, like what is it that instantly makes you connect with those brands? And I think this is a really good exercise to actually do, is to think about, like I always encourage my clients to do this, is to write down a list of like your favorite brands and what it is that you like about them, because you will probably list quite a lot of things on there. Like, so as an example, like one of my favorite brands is Apple. Like, I love the packaging. I love the sound the box makes when you open your new phone. Like, I love the wrapping inside of it. I love the icon. I love the products. They're really reliable. The whole like interface of how they work. Like, I love my Mac. Like, all of these things mean that I am emotionally connected to that brand. And even if there was an amazing like alternative product available, I'm probably not going to be interested in even looking at that because I'm so emotionally attached to Apple that I'm going to keep going back to them as a customer. Like I'm a loyal client and a loyal customer. But it's exactly the same as when you're building a personal brand. You will get clients that will come back to you again and again and again because they will be emotionally connected to what it is that you do. And especially if you have had some kind of transformational result in their life or in their business, they're going to want to come back to you for more because they've actually had results. This is all part of building your brand. And it's so, so important to do this work. Like working on your brand is one of the most important things that you can do in your business because this is what is going to bring all of those threads through in your content, your messaging, your offers, like all the imagery that you put out there, your social media content, everything you put in your emails, like absolutely everything you put out there is all linked to your brand. So if you are lacking a brand, and you don't have that kind of vision, the strategy and everything in place, this is where you can kind of have all of this mixed messaging and it all feels very disjointed. And you then lose that like authenticity, the authority, and the connection with your audience. So building your brand really does help you to connect with your audience and target those dream clients as well. So like I said, you need to do that inner work because if you don't know who it is that you are, it's going to be so hard for you to be able to create a personal brand. You can obviously do certain things like that are aligned to you right now, but in terms of building that entire brand, it is all part of a journey. It's not something that you can just do overnight. Like it is a, a constant like evolution of your business growth. And it's understanding what is really, really aligned to you and what is important to you, like the role that you have and positioning yourself in your area of expertise. Like, where are you? Who is your target market? Who are you trying to speak to? Who are those dream clients? How can you speak to them? Like, what are their pain points? How are you helping them with their solution and their desires? Like, all of these things come from understanding what your brand is all about. So the power of your branding and your brand is creating that impact online. It's helping you to stand out as an absolute leader, an absolute no-brainer, so that when people come across you, they are instantly magnetized. So whether it is a piece of content they've seen on social media, if it's a LinkedIn post, if it's a Facebook ad, if it's an email thing that's popped up, if it's something they've seen on Pinterest, like whatever it is that you're putting out there, they are instantly drawn to it and come into your world. So whether it is they go through like a sales funnel or if they get in touch with you like straight away via DM, maybe it's they enter into a email workflow with you. Maybe they just go straight to your website. Like whatever it is, it's making sure that all of those touch points are all really consistent in terms of the visuals and the messaging you're putting out there. So the importance of building your brand, like I cannot stress enough how valuable it is to work on your inner, like knowing who that inner icon is inside you and just thinking about where you're going to. So when I'm creating brands for my clients, I'm not branding for who they are right now in this moment in time. I obviously want to connect with that person and I like to find out all about them and do that inner work so that I can really connect with who they are and understand what message they're trying to achieve and who they're targeting. But actually, when I'm creating a brand for somebody, I need to know where it is that they're going, like that journey that they're on, like where do they want to be in a year's time, 2 years' time, maybe even three or more years' time down the line. Like, what is that vision they have for their business? What is their authority? Like, where do they want to be? What kind of icon? Like, are they going to be a powerhouse? And if they are, like, what is their life like? And actually understanding who they are becoming, because it then means that you can brand for that future self. This is what it's all about with building your brand, because if you are constantly thinking about where it is that you're going, and really aligning yourself with your next level and making sure that all of your content is speaking to those next level clients and creating those really engaging, like activating content pillars that mean that all of your content out there is instantly connecting with those dream clients. It's so much easier for not only for you to grow your audience, but to also connect with and book those dream clients and get them into your world. So ensuring you work on your brand is so important. This is your reputation. It is how others are going to see you. It's what people say about you when you're not in the room. And it is so valuable. I'm going to be talking to you all about building your brand in other ways, like in terms of your messaging, your content, your website, all of these different things. And I've got some incredible guest experts lined up to come and talk to you all about the other areas of building your brand. So whether it is you're looking to get featured in some leading magazines, or maybe you want to start looking at Facebook ads, maybe you want to look at your copywriting or your imagery, like all of these different things in terms of the visuals, the messaging, the content you're putting out there, and of course, building that strategy. But working on your personal brand is what is going to set you apart from your competitors, and really making sure that you are always thinking about where it is that you're going, imagining that you are your future self, like actually embodying who that person is, who you are becoming, because then it means that you can constantly be building this business that is aligned with where you're going rather than where you are right at this moment in time. It's going to help you to then tweak all of your messaging so that you are speaking to those dream next level clients. And that is really going to help you stand out. Thank you for listening to this podcast episode. If you're ready to unlock the secrets of building your own personal brand, head over to my website, baileyandrue.com, where you can grab my free Brand Brilliance Blueprint today. It's your roadmap to success in the world of branding. And hey, let's stay connected beyond the podcast. Follow me on Instagram at baileyandrue for daily inspiration, behind the scenes insights, and exclusive content to fuel your brand journey. See you there.